Welcome back. In the last session, we have seen the linked list implementation of the list interface. We have seen the linked list. Now we are going to see the other implementation, which is an array list. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen linked list. So let's recap what we have seen in linked list. So I said linked list is a collection of node. Each node contains two parts, data part and address part. Data part contains the type of data you are going to store in the linked list, and the address part contains the address of the next node. Okay, and the last node of the linked list address part must be null. Okay, which indicates that it is the last node of the linked list. Okay, we have taken an example on the linked list. We have written the examples on the linked list. Okay, now let's go and see the other implementation class, which is the array list. Okay, so what exactly array list is? Let's see. Array list. Array list. Okay, let's see. Array list. So what is array list? Array list is one of the implementation classes of the list interface. So either you can use linked list or array list to add the data, retrieve the data. Okay, to delete the data, you can use any list. Okay, any linked list, any implementation class. Okay, so here array list is not a thread safe. Okay, array list is not a thread safe, which means that multiple threads can able to access an object of array list at a time. Okay, so hence the performance of the as the array list is thread safe, the performance would be increased. So the performance would be increased. So array list, and there is a one more implementation class called vector. So these both will be implementing the random access memory interface. So random access memory, the array list and vector both will be implementing the random access memory interface. So the objects when you are implementing the random access random access interface. So whatever the object you are storing in array list or vector. So if you want to retrieve an object, maybe in the middle, maybe in the if you want to retrieve an object from the first index, or if you want to retrieve an object from the middle or from the end, so it will take the same time. Okay, it will take the same time. Let's say, for example, I want to retrieve an object of the I want to retrieve an object from the first index. So the amount, let's say it will be taking the 1 unit of time to retrieve an element. In the same time I want to retrieve an object in the from the middle of the collection. Okay, let's say if at fifth index I have an object called 50. Okay, so the amount of time which we are taking to retrieve an object from the first index is similar to the amount of time which is taking to retrieve an object from the fifth index is also same. Means wherever you are whenever you are trying to retrieve an object in array list using array list, it will take the 1 unit of time. Okay, 1 unit of time. Okay, when it comes to the linked list, it will take a lot of time actually. Okay, so it will be checking that each and every node it will go and check, and it will find out the object. Okay, it will be taking a lot of time. Okay, so now let's come to the conclusion. When we have to use array list, when we have to use linked list. So linked list is best suitable when we are performing the insertion, when we are performing the insertion or deletion, insertion, updation, or deletion operation. Okay, so when it comes to the retrieving the data from the list or from any collection, so it is best suitable to go for the array list, because it will take the same amount of time. Whenever, like, from wherever you are retrieving the data, it will be taking the same amount of time. Okay, so when you have to go for array list, when you have to go for linked list, we will be going for the linked list when we are performing insertion, updation, or deletion operations. If you are retrieving the data from the array list, if you are retrieving the data from any list, not an array list, any list, it could be a linked list, it could be a array list, it could be a hash set, tree set, okay, linked hash map. So it is best choice to go with the array list only. Okay. Now let's go. Let's see how we are going. How we need to create an object of a array list. How to create an object of array list. Okay. So let's see. We will be using same array list is a concrete class. So we will be using a new keyword and we'll be creating an object of array list. So let's say array list. Array list equals to new array list. Okay, new array list. Okay, so here this is a default constructor. Okay, so this is a default constructor. Okay, we have wide variety of constructors in array list. I'll be naming two. Okay, maybe three. I'll be naming it. One is the default constructor which doesn't array list which doesn't take any parameter, which is a default constructor. Okay, so array list which will be taking the some size as a parameter int size. Okay, and there is a one more constructor array list of collection. Array list of collection. So this array list, this constructor one is used to create an object of array list with empty size. So if you are creating an, if you are using the default constructor to create an object of array list, by default 16 indexes will be created. 16 indexes will be created when you are creating an object of this array list. Okay. So now you, if you want to create an object of array list by providing some capacity, okay, by providing some size for the array list. Let's say I want my array list size to be 50. Okay, at that time you can use this constructor. So constructor 2 is used to create an object of array list by giving some capacity. Okay, so now next array list of taking the some collection as a parameter. So collection interface as a parameter. Let's say you have, as the collection is an interface, we cannot create an object of collection. So now what we do is like we, let's say we have added some elements to the collection. Okay, using some implementation. So now I want to give this collection to this array list. Okay, we have a constructor for that as well. So we'll be using this array list of collection and we will be creating an object of array list. Okay, these are the some of the constructors we have. Okay, so let's go and write a simple example. Okay, and we'll see an example on this array list and we'll understand how it will be working it. Okay, yep, let's close all these things. um, Let me create a class. So I'll be naming the class as a array list. Array list. List example client app. As I said, you can use array list to create an object of you can use array list to add an elements. There is no problem in that. But the thing is that the best choice to where we have the where is the what is the best choice to use in what situation we have to use. The best situation would be when we are performing retrieval operation. At that time we can use array list. Okay, let's say we have a collection. Okay, collection equals to new. The best choice to store elements, we have a linked list, right? So linked list is best choice to store the elements, like adding the elements. Okay, so collection is an interface. For this interface, we cannot create an object, right? So that's why I have taken the implementation class linked list. So I'll be adding elements to the collection now. So I'll say collection dot add, let's say 100, 200, 300, 400, 200, 300, 400. I've added these many elements to my collection. Now what I'll do is I'll give this collection to my array list. Let's say array list. I'll say AL equals to new array list. Okay, this array list, we have a three constructors in array list, right? So one is default constructor, one is the array list will be taking some capacity as a parameter. The other one is array list will be taking the collection as a parameter. So whatever the elements you have stored in the collection, so when you are giving that collection object to the array list, by default, this collection values will be stored into this one. Okay, it would be something like this. AL is pointing to collection. So whatever the data which is available in collection, it will be copied to AL as well. Okay, let's say I'll write SOT AL dot, I'll say get, I'll be providing some index number. Let's say I want to get the value at index number 1. Okay, all right, value at index number 1 is, okay. So get method is used to get the elements from the collection. Okay, let's retrieve it. Let's right click, run as a Java application. So it should return the value 200. Okay, let's see. So you can see here, it is returning the value 200. Okay, so now let me retrieve the value. Let me retrieve the value 300. Okay, so what is the index number for 300? It would be a second index. So I'll say AL dot get of index number. I'll say what is the index number 2, and I want to store this value. I'll say value at, okay, index 2. Okay. Oh, okay. I haven't given the type over here, right? That's why it is throwing an error. I'll be giving the integer. That's fine. Now it won't throw any error to me. So I want to tell, right, what type of value it is storing it. So I forgot to do that. So value. Okay, fine. So SOT, and I'll be writing a SOT like value at index number 2 is, I'll say VALUE value. So what it should print? It should print 300. Okay, right click, run as Java application. So let's see the output. So it is printing 300. Okay, there is a one more method. If you want to, we have seen that method. If you want to get the value, first value will be using get first method. Okay, AL dot get first method. So which will be returning the first value, and this could return the first value. Oh, I think this will be available. Okay, this is available in a linked list only, but it is not available in the array list. It is a different, right? Okay, fine. So, yeah, that's all. So you understood, right? Like when we have to use array list, when we have to use linked list is best choice if you want to, add an element to a collection. Array list is best choice if you want to retrieve an element which is there in your collection. Okay, so we can use the array list as well to add elements to the collection. Okay, let's create a custom. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create a separate class for this. Okay, in the next video we will be seeing how to store the custom objects, which is nothing but we user defined objects to our collection. Okay, so let's stop it over here. So I'll be seeing the uh, storing the custom objects in a collection in the next video.